Hey everybody, um, welcome to the new module, and I just want to let you know that I've really struggled putting this module together, and it's because we're going from material that I'm familiar with, mobile learning, some of the trends and things that we've talked about, cloud computing. Those are all ideas and concepts that we know about, and like it says in the Horizon Report, those are things that are probably being rolled out now. Now, we don't all see it on a grand scale or anything like that, but it's things that we're familiar with, things we can talk about easily because we know about them, and we've had time, little time anyway, to investigate and see what we think about those concepts and maybe how best they can be used in our classrooms, our schools. And we've had some great conversations about cloud computing, mobile learning. I've really enjoyed seeing the conversations build, especially around the mobile learning module. All those what-if questions that you answered and your interactions with each other because of that. It's been a really good conversation, and I hope you've enjoyed that part of it. Pardon me. But now we're moving into the next phase of the Horizon Report, which are trends that may not be immediate. They're like in the next 2 to 3 years that we're going to really feel their impact or see them kind of take off. In 2 to 3 years, we'll be on these next couple of trends where we are now with BYOD and all that. Not everybody will be using it. But it's going to be like in the limelight. That's what people are going to be talking about, kind of focusing on and doing. And some people are actually, moving in the direction of these trends that we're going to discuss and look at during these next 2 or 3 weeks. But they're really, I hate the word cutting edge because it's so cliche, but they're that, ooh, that's really kind of cool. There's some really neat ideas and things you can do with that. And this week's, in this module's topic is one that I am really kind of unfamiliar with. And so it's been really difficult for me to put this module together, knowing how deep do I want to take you. We just kind of want to glance at the surface and see what the potential is and maybe talk about that. What do I want you to do to display some your learning? Do we just want this to be a time of conversation? I've really struggled all week as I've been studying and reading, and in fact I even got online and took part in a little bit of a MOOC. It was one that already happened last year, but it's still out there. You can enroll and kind of see all the content. So I've been going through some of that content and becoming familiar with the topic that's in this module. And I still, even up until right now when I'm talking to you, I'm just not sure that what I have in the module is exactly what I want to do. So it might change a little bit from when you see this. I don't know. Probably not a lot. But I think I've decided that with this topic this week, it just really lends itself well to conversation. So just exploring and then talking about it, bouncing ideas off each other, not really doing anything because it's such a big concept. I guess I'll tell you what the concept is. It's learning analytics. And there's another section in the module where you'll kind of hear me tell you kind of what that is in a nutshell after you've read the Horizon Report, at least as I understand it after doing my own research. I'm not a professional. I've already told you that in learning analytics. But it's big data. It's taking data to make decisions. But we take that data, and well, I do that all the time. We take that data is real-time data, and we use that to make decisions in real time. So as things are going, I started thinking about when you use clickers, you see the feedback. Oh, I need to touch on that again, and we do that more. Okay, so kind of like that, only it's bigger than that. So I'll let you explore that. I'm not going to go into any more explanation now, but it's one of those concepts that, what can I ask you to do right now with big data and learning analytics that doesn't require us really digging in and giving you a access to a data warehouse somewhere and information to analyze. And I mean, this could take the next 8 weeks if we wanted it to. I don't want to do that. I just want to spend a week getting to know it. Like I said, the Horizon report shows that it's one timeline to implementation, 2 to 3 years. So it's out there. People are using it, and you'll read about a public school in Kansas that's actually using a learning analytics application to help with their ever expanding boundaries, district boundaries. So I mean, it's there, people are using it, but it's just kind of on the fringe. So I just want us to be familiar with it. I want us to talk to each other about it. So don't be surprised if I throw out a what if question again. I found that might have been a good way to spur your thinking, because they're all, they're really hypothetical. What if? I don't know. What if that happened? So, and it's a way to say, well, I don't know, what if such and such, then maybe this would happen, or maybe this would happen, or if that happened, this is what I think. And so it's a good way to spur that conversation. I'll try not to overdo the what if questions. I just kind of like that idea. So jump on my bandwagon for a while. But there will be some kind of a question, a discussion that I want us to have. So you'll read the Horizon report. You will do some tweeting about learning analytics. And if you actually go to Twitter and search for learning analytics, you'll find some people have been tweeting about it. So check into that. You'll do some searching on the internet, looking at some resources. I'm going to try to keep those to a minimum. I will add that MOOC in case you really get interested and want to pursue that later. It's an 8-week MOOC. That'll be up to you. You can peruse it at your your leisure. It's nothing going to be required. I'll make sure I add that on that page. But if this is a topic that you really think is, wow, I need to look further into this for me or my school or whatever, then you'll have that information there. And then we're just going to talk about it. And so we're going to just spend a week just kind of seeing what learning analytics is. So because of that, I'm going to kind of put a timeline again on our discussions like I have. And it's going to be, like by Saturday, let's have kind of at least read the Horizon report and watch the little video of me, the in a nutshell video that you'll find on the Learning Analytics resources page. At least have gone through that much so that you can have an idea of what learning analytics is. And you can answer the initial discussion question with some relevance, for lack of a better word. And then by Monday, I'll have you respond to someone else or somebody's, more than one somebody in the class. And then we can use the rest of the week to reply to each other. So that just gives us a timeline to work towards so that we're not all waiting until Tuesday to make our initial post and all that. Okay? So it's going to be that Saturday, Monday, and then the rest of the week timeline like we did with the mobile learning discussion. Okay? So if you have questions, there is a board in the module for asking questions. So ask any questions you want. If they're specifically about learning analytics, I will answer it if I can, and if not, I'll say, well, let's see what anybody else has to say, or if anybody else has found anything. We want to work together to learn this, because I'm going to learn as much during this module as you guys. And I'm looking forward to it because it's really, really interesting. Okay? But big things to do: read your Horizon report, go through the other information that's out there in the module, and then participate actively